Welcome back to another episode of Look What Jess Found. Today is episode 368. And if you've been keeping up with the channel, you know that yesterday I found this 1942 in episode 367. And the weight of it is 2.97, which is out of tolerance. It has what I noticed after the fact, because you really can't see it if you keep if you look at it straight on like this, the reflection, you can't see the lamination error, which is here. And the question is this a brass cent? And if it's brass, it's like whatever. It's very expensive. I can't. I really. That's the one thing I can't. I could, because there's nothing. You can't put a price on something that you. I mean, the brass one that they have, that they want $100 million for, and then it drops down to like 10 and 5 and $3,000 for other 1942. And I could not find the copper plating over steel, which the steel cent weighs, I think 2.7. The question is, if it's copper plating over steel, would that make it weigh 2.9? Anyway, these are the crazy and if I didn't do the research, if I didn't weigh it, and look, you could see, and it's funny because the brass one for $1 million has these little lines coming down on it, except it looks more brassy. This one doesn't, and this one has those little lines coming down. Anyway, just a crazy penny, and that's just to show you what can be found inside of a penny roll. Now, you might say to yourself, well, the 1942 copper penny is only worth $1. But that one there, I know it's worth something. The question is really, what is it worth? Is it worth $100? Because there's no other out of tolerance for that price. Like even for $100, there's no out of tolerance pennies for 1942, because that's the year. If you look at the Mintage website that I have below in the description, you will find there's a bunch of variations for the 1942. One of them is the brass cent, and the other is the copper plating over steel cent. It has a question mark, and pennies don't lose weight from a little, like a penny in this condition won't lose any weight. It'll still weigh maybe it'll be 3.1 instead of 3.11, but that's about it. It would never go down like a whole tenth of a gram. And we got a copper already. And we have a shield. What year is this? 2019. Okay, so we know this is at least a 6-year-old. And I'll put it over here. Look at all the copper. You can see the copper. That's a copper. That's a copper. That's a copper. I'm pretty sure. So we do have a bunch of copper in here. That's really good. 2016. So that penny is going to have to be sent to one of the grading companies, and I have to do the whole thing on it, the conservation. Oh, wow, look at that. You can see that Repunched mint mark from space. Whoa. Whoa. Wow, man. Dan. Oh, look at that under the loop. That's so beautiful. This has to be one of the most wicked Repunched mint marks I ever found. Wow. Let me see if I can get a little closer. Put the light on for a second. See, the light takes away from the, it doesn't matter. Let me just go closer anyway. From the contrast. What a beauty, man. What's it worth? I'd have to check copper coins. This should be a repunched mint mark on the 78D. All right, so we click 1978. We go to D1MM, and there's only one up there, and it's weak. And this, I'm going to say this penny's probably high AU, low MS, and I'll show you the one repunched mint mark they have up here. And if we want to click the marker photo, and it'll show it. Oh, it shows this. This is nothing. That's junk compared to what I found here. Forget about it. So yeah, I'm gonna say this is an expensive one. Then if it's $5 for that, and it's kind of weird how they don't even show. I mean, it almost looks like a triple punched, to be honest with you. But I'll leave it at the double. I don't want to, get too enthusiastic over it. But it does look like a triple punch. That's wicked, man. I put it for $10. I'll put that as a $10 penny. So that made the whole day, the whole video, everything right there. So that's we found two copper pennies. It's number 3. And they're pretty old. Oh, look at all of the die clashes. There. Look at this. Wow, man. Bam, 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 bam. What a wicked die clash. It's so fun. And you have to turn it upside down to look at the image, which I just did. Look at this, man. It's supposed to be the Lincoln. I don't know what this is. Is that just a hair there? Honestly, I don't know what this is. But look how beautiful it is. I've never seen a die clash exactly like this, so I can't identify it. So this is what you need to know. Okay, not to belabor the point, and you probably know this already. The hammer, right? The hammer. Excuse me. The anvil to make these marks, right? The inside of the columns. That means it's raised, right? So all of these marks on the inside of the column are raised, so that when the hammer comes down and pushes the planchet, it goes into the planchet, right? That's why you have these depressions. So if something was to land on the anvil, the thing that it's going to touch most are going to be these raised right in the center. And that's why you see this image. But I've never seen this. This would be the upside down Lincoln head. So it would look like this. Lincoln's head would be here. But look at this. I've never seen this before. I don't know if it's how about the front? Do we see anything on the front? That would have been great if we would have saw something on the front. No, but it was on the other side of the planchet. I don't see anything. Well, anyway, we found a great die clash. This might be worth $5. I've never seen one like this before. And it's definitely in here, and maybe under a microscope you'll see, and here, obviously, and maybe here, which I don't know what it is. Super cool. If you know what the image is in that die class, remember, put a timestamp, please. Use a timestamp and say, oh, yeah, that's whatever, a paper clip or ridge ring. $74. A lot of copper. I have a lot of copper in this. And it's funny that we found we found two errors already that were really nice. 2015. So the 2016 is still the 19. Sorry, is still the newest. See, the next one I think is a copper penny after this one. Yeah, this is a copper penny. So, what does all this mean? Finding these errors. Well, what it means to me is it reinforces the fact that they would call this the L on rim, which is a BS error. It's not real. What it really is a partial collar. It's really nice. It's a ridge ring, and it's a partial collar. Well, anyway, this is going to be a partial collar because you can see it's more than a ridge. You can see the coin is moved. That would be my initial impression of it. But I'll put it to the side. They love that stupid L on rim thing. The only thing that's cool about this is that the L is through the but the first rim there, that's the planchet rim. That's the planchet rim. And then it moved over and you got this secondary rim, which was the misaligned strike made the second rim. It's pretty cool. I'll put it to the side just for the hee-hay of it. 83. Too beat up. So what it means to me is it reinforces the importance of finding copper pennies inside of your penny rolls. So there are some people who they do the bank wrapped penny rolls, and I mean the ones that I got have zero copper in them. So I guess what that would do is it would really, really sharpen up your your eye for looking for like shield errors mostly, really. But for a show that would be kind of boring, you know what I mean? Just looking through shield pennies, that would be kind of boring, and you wouldn't learn. I mean, really, the most important, in my opinion, the most important thing to learn about are the copper errors, because those are the ones that have the value. Those are the ones it looks like people. The other ones, I mean, even online, I just don't see too much interest in them. To be honest with you, the unless it's a obvious error, that goes without saying. Like you see, let's say you saw two shields here. I mean, you don't have. There's nothing even to think about with that. You know that that's a valuable coin. You don't have to know anything about coins really, just to go, oh wow, that's. I mean, you have to know what it looks like. I guess that's about it. So I like that thing that I did. Um, as far as 94D. Don't see that too often. Too bad it's in such bad condition. 88. Lost my train of thought. 2018. 2019 is still the newest. So far it looks like this is a 6-year-old penny roll. Which is pretty amazing in my opinion. Yeah, the copper penny errors are, in my opinion, what people are looking for, and what you really want to learn those. It's not that you don't want to learn the other ones. Like when a new year comes out, there'll be some errors that people will look for. When 2023 came out, it was the extra V. I found one of them. When 2024 came out, it was the grease struck penny error, and one of my subscribers sent me a roll of 2024s, and a lot of them had that grease strike error. Her name was Pam. Shout out to Pam. And now we're going into 2025, and we'll see what the error is going to be. But you're talking about something very specific, and to me, that knowledge kind of stacks, right? So, like, I'll never forget the 2023. You do it for a whole year, so you kind of really build that into your memory. Then the next year comes, and you build that into your memory. Then the next year comes. So, but it's so hard. There's so much to know about the copper pennies that you could really, really probably spend a lifetime studying them. I'm going to say you can spend a lifetime studying them, and of course they have more intrinsic value. 1999, we look for the white AM, no white AM. They have more intrinsic value than the other than the zinc pennies. Another 1999, no white AM. So not as much copper as I thought. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7. Well, that's not too bad. I wish we had 3 more. That would be 20%. This is 7. Let me check out that 8 real quick. No. So we got lucky on the first couple coins, and then that was it. Kind of died off. That's all right. 2016. We got a few more. What do you think? No, this isn't copper either. This is episode, thinking to myself, 268. Excuse me, 368. 2017. We're still on 2019. Yeah, I'm still a bit congested, as you can tell. I'm like very nasally. But at least the cough is subsiding substantially. Here's our last copper, I think. I see that with the B and E. Just kind of cool looking. I don't think it has any extra value on it, but it's kind of cool how the letters are moved around a little bit. Probably be a nice, what's that called? Thumbnail. Well, I'm very happy with this. I mean, to find a really nice RP Repunched mint mark and a nice die clash like that really just makes the whole um, makes the whole. Here's the die clash. If you want to take a last look at it, yeah, makes the whole coin roll hunt worth it. And that's such a nice. Right, it really does look like a triple punch to me. That is so beautiful. I wonder how close I can get. That would be the better thumbnail. And look, you can see how stacked it looks. That's really something else. That's one. This might be the nicest repunch mint mark I ever found. Wish the coin was in a little bit better condition, but it is what it is. All right, so I will see you in episode 369. Thank you and God bless.